The African continent is considered the third largest continent in the world and is surrounded by various bodies of water. In addition, it has a very wide expanse of land and desert, which means that it harbors numerous secrets that continue to amaze many scientists. This continuing mystery prompts scientists to investigate the continent in hopes of discovering ancient relics that have yet to be unearthed. In today's video, we will show you some of the most surprising discoveries on the African continent. One of these notable discoveries is the ancient city of Heracleion in Egypt. In the Mediterranean, scientists have found evidence of the civilization of this ancient city, which is said to resemble the mythical lost city of Atlantis. In addition to this, numerous impressive monuments, archaeological remains and tablets with ancient inscriptions have been discovered that provide valuable information about this civilization. In 2021, a group of scientists in Algeria made a significant find, a meteorite believed to be the oldest in the solar system worldwide, with an estimated age of approximately 4.565 million years. This meteorite sheds light on the origins of the solar system and its early history, which is of great interest to the scientific community. Additionally, scientists often explore caves that once served as homes for ancient humans in various locations across the continent. In one of the caves in Africa, a group of scientists studied the bones of an ancient human species. These studies revealed that this species had a small head and bone characteristics adapted for walking and climbing trees. This discovery confirms that Africa holds numerous secrets that could provide crucial answers about the evolution of the human species on Earth. Answers that have not yet been fully revealed, despite the advances made by previous scientists. In 2021, in northern Tanzania, a group of scientists made an astonishing discovery by finding some of the tools that ancient humans used to use approximately 2.6 million years ago to make rudimentary weapons used in self-defense and hunting. Predators, which at that time exceeded human beings in size. This finding confirms the simplicity of the weapons that our ancestors used to survive, and provides valuable information about the evolution of our planet and the history of humanity. In the past, one of the oldest lakes that humans exploited was in this region of northern Tanzania, as it contained a large amount of water. A group of geologists were able to study and analyze the soil near the lake, revealing that in the past it was significantly more extensive than today. However, it suffered a drought process that resulted in a marked decrease in water level. This change in water conditions represents a major transformation in the natural environment, and has led scientists to investigate the reasons behind this event, tracing the history of the lake and the causes of its desiccation. Mount Mabu, a mountain located in northern Mozambique, is known for its ancient rainforests. It extends approximately 1,700 meters, and its forests cover around 7,000 square hectares. Despite its local recognition, botanists and zoologists were unaware of the extraordinary diversity of its wildlife until 2005. It is believed that, specifically in 2013, using satellite technology, scientists were able to explore this area in greater depth, which it allowed them to get to know it more closely and discover numerous aspects that remained hidden. This fact reinforces the belief that there are still many areas on planet Earth that have not been explored, and that could harbor evidence of ancient civilizations or significant findings in scientific research. Child Buddha. In 2018, filmmakers Leon Deschamps and Shane Thompson were looking for material for a documentary about the French exploration of Australia. They used metal detectors in Shark Bay, Western Australia, and found a rare Ming dynasty Buddha, specifically a small baby Buddha statue. This surprising revelation sparked controversy. Some thought it was fake, while others wondered how a statue from the Ming dynasty ended up in Australia. Experts determined its authenticity after some time, but the mystery of its origin persisted. The statue, 15 centimeters high and 1 kilogram of bronze, supposedly from hundreds of years ago in China, sparked speculation about its presence in Australia. It is believed to have been carried by Ming dynasty explorers during the period between 1368 and 1644 AD, and was buried about 150 years before its discovery. However, there are skeptical opinions. Although ships undertook expeditions in Southeast Asia, there is no evidence that they reached Australia before European explorers in the 17th century. Theories differ. Some believe the statue was abandoned by Chinese pearlers or fishermen in the 1870s as part of a hoax. Uncertainty about the true origin of the Buddha could only be resolved by excavating the site. Pharaoh Medallion. This find is about Pharaoh Akhenaten, an ancient and famous ruler. Akhenaten is known for his peculiar appearance that resembles that of a woman, which is unusual for a male leader. He was the father of Tutankhamun and husband of Nefertiti, a controversial queen. His medallion is the most discussed. It shows some sort of real ship or disc resembling a flying saucer, with an alien-like head on top. This has led to debates about whether aliens were related to ancient Egypt. However, the medallion only exists in photos, and we cannot be sure what it really meant to the Egyptians. Animal evolution. In addition to thinking about how the first human being appeared, have you questioned how animals evolved? Life has existed on Earth for about 4.5 billion years, but for a long time there were only bacteria. Information about the evolution of animals is mostly obtained from fossils, such as shells and bones. Although we know of hard fossils dating back more than 500 million years, there is an earlier period when animals were soft and did not leave many fossil traces. Sponges are thought to be the most basic animals on the tree of evolution and therefore possibly the first to appear. Although they may not look like animals, sponges are. They feed by absorbing water with organic matter and using oxygen. Although we believe sponges existed hundreds of millions of years ago, there are not many fossils from that period. This is because sponges do not have hard parts like shells or bones, making it difficult to find evidence of their existence in ancient rocks. If we confirm that sponges lived in those times, that would mean that animals existed much earlier than we thought. The Gate of the Gods. In 1996, a tour guide named Jose Luis Delgado Mamani found an unusual door near Lake Titicaca in South America. It is called Aramumura or Gate of the Gods and has caused controversy due to its origin and purpose. For more than 4,000 years, the area around the lake and mountains was inhabited by indigenous communities, including the Incas led by Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui. The Incas saw the lake as the beginning of the world and a place for spirits after death. The Aramumura structure, which measures 7 meters high and wide, with a small door in the middle, is considered a place of pilgrimage and worship with special powers. Although it is not known where it comes from, it is believed that it existed before the Incas and that Native American communities have stories about it. It is said that it is a portal to travel to other worlds and that the gods used it. Those who knocked on the door say they feel peace. Although it is older than the Incas, its name comes from an Inca legend in which a priest named Aramumuru escaped from the Spanish with a golden disc called the Key of the Gods, of the 7 rays, placed it on the stone door and disappeared through it. The Incas fell to the Spanish due to invasions, disease, and loss of resources, leading to the end of their empire in 1592. Tomb of Jesus. Even if you're not a Christian, you've probably heard about the death and resurrection of Jesus. The earliest stories of his burial are found in the canonical Gospels, the first 4 books of the New Testament, written a few decades after Jesus' crucifixion in AD 30. Although details vary across the 4 books, they all tell how Jesus was buried in a rock-cut tomb owned by Joseph of Arimathea, a wealthy Jewish follower. Archaeologists have found more than 1,000 similar rock-cut tombs around Jerusalem. Each used to have burial chambers with long niches on the sides for individual bodies. One of the most notable discoveries was the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is believed to mark the original location of Jesus' tomb. Although religious texts indicate that Jesus was buried outside Jerusalem, near Golgotha where he was crucified, Jewish tradition did not allow burial within the city walls. Later, the walls were expanded to include Golgotha and the tomb, making it difficult to determine the exact location of his burial. Archaeologists in Jerusalem, however, maintain that there is no evidence to rule out the site's authenticity. The Antikythera mechanism. In 1900, Greek divers from Simi were searching for sponges when a strong storm carried them near the island of Antikythera. There they found a shipwreck full of Greek treasures, the most important ancient shipwreck find until then. One of the treasures was the Antikythera mechanism, a dictionary-sized object with precise bronze gears. It was initially overlooked due to other exciting discoveries, but later its sophisticated coin-sized gears were noticed. This was surprising as the ancient Greeks were not believed to have used such advanced gears. The mechanism rewrites what we know about its technology. It was once thought that the Greeks only used gears in rudimentary mills. This simple but impressive mechanism is unique. Although there is a Byzantine calendar from 600 AD, advanced astronomical clocks emerged in the 14th century. The Antikythera mechanism, with millimeter-precise gears, is different. However, why wasn't there something like this before? Experts believe that, being made of valuable bronze, it would be melted down for reuse if it stopped working. If it weren't for the shipwreck, it would have disappeared. The lost city of the monkey god. Archaeologists had been hearing rumors of a city in the jungles of Honduras for years, sometimes referring to it as the White City and other times as the lost city of the monkey god. In 2015, the city went from a myth to a reality. Legend has it that the city was founded by indigenous people fleeing the relentless conquest and massacre brought by the Spanish conquistadors. Expeditions in the early 20th century were met with only rumors, and it wasn't until 2010 that a new technology called LiDAR, light detection and ranging, arrived on the scene and progress began to be made. The scan revealed an extensive city hidden in the jungle, and archaeologists finally made their way through the trees to find the ancient abandoned city. In 2015, according to National Geographic, what they discovered was astonishing. Perfectly preserved and intact stone structures, pyramids, carvings, vessels and vases, thrones and tables. Ecological research has been slow, but the site has yielded some other results. This untouched paradise was found to be home to a host of endangered plants, birds, insects and reptiles, and was described by Conservation International as a refuge for threatened species. Oh, and Douglas Preston was part of the first expedition to discover something else. A flesh-eating disease that causes a person's nose and lips to rot first, and yes, all the explorers came home with it. So perhaps best to leave this exploration to the professionals. The city of Nan Madol is a stunningly beautiful town. Therefore, it is no surprise that according to Atlas Obscura, Lovecraft's vision of Relia is inspired by Nan Madol. It is also praised by the Smithsonian, which calls it an engineering marvel and the only thing left of the Saugelas, who were equally religious and cruel and left behind a stone city still believed to be home to many ghosts. Creepy, yes. But archaeologists discovered something unexpected inside the ruins in 2016. The key to unraveling the mystery of how humanity evolved from simple societies to more complex societies, according to Science Daily. Uranium series dating allowed researchers to pinpoint the construction date of an ancient chief's tomb between 1180 and 1200. The size of the tomb is also significant, as historians say that because they have discovered what amounts to a recent evolution from a simple to a complex society ruled by a single chief on a series of islands and tribes, they still have access to something else, oral history. And why is this significant? It gives hope to archaeologists that they will be able to identify the event that led Nan Madol society to reorganize into a society ruled by a chief who wields shocking amounts of power, and that this will help understand how societies have evolved over time. The lost gold of the Incas. The story of Inca gold begins in the 16th century when Spanish explorer and generally bad guy Francisco Pizarro demanded a ransom. If the Incas brought him a room full of gold, he would free King Atahualpa. Luckily, the Incas began to collect the ransom, but unfortunately, Pizarro was impatient and had him executed. According to National Geographic, this is where the story gets murky. The ransom was said to be hidden in a secret cave somewhere, but there is evidence that it has been discovered several times. The first was about 50 years later when a Spaniard named Valverde got money by saying that his Inca wife's family had shown him where the treasure was. He left instructions on how to find it. The guide and map disappeared until the 1850s, but it was not until 1886 that a treasure hunter named Bath Blake investigated and reported finding the treasure. He described life-size human, bird and animal figures made of gold and jewels, gold vases filled with emeralds, and the most beautiful works of goldsmithing one could imagine. Blake took what he could carry and left, intending to return. However, he disappeared on his way back to New York, and all attempts to locate him have failed. Where did it go, and will anyone else be able to find the gold? World War II bomb at Great Yarmouth. During dredging work in Great Yarmouth, a 250 kilograms bomb from the Second World War was found. Authorities established an exclusion zone and called in the Army's bomb disposal team. The plan was to use a robot to dismantle the bomb, but on the third day of the operation, it exploded. Fortunately, the precautions minimized the damage, and no one was injured. This is not an isolated case. Unexploded bombs have been found and treated in Germany. More than 400 could be hidden underground, showing the lasting impact of past conflicts today. Roman dodecahedra. Roman dodecahedra are mysterious objects with 12 flat faces that date back to Roman times. They were made from a copper alloy and appear on Roman coins, indicating their value. However, since the first one was found in 1739, its purpose has been an enigma. These objects are found in ancient sites in northern Europe, and there are various theories about their function. Some think that they were decorative or served as candle holders, since they have been found with wax inside. Others believe they were used to measure distant things, such as fake coins based on size, or even to predict luck. A more recent theory suggests that holes of varying sizes in the dodecahedra could have been used to weave gloves around the finger and thumb. Although these theories exist, there is no direct evidence from Roman times to support them. Uncertainty persists as to the purpose of these Roman dodecahedra. Plastic rocks. A recent discovery has raised concerns among scientists due to its impact on the environment. It was made on a remote island in Trinidad, which serves as a refuge for rare and endangered species due to lack of human activity. However, a strange blue-green rock was found that turned out to be a new type of rock composed of plastic and volcanic lava. These formations, called plastiglomerates, first appeared in 2014 and have been found in various parts of the world. This discovery highlights how human pollution, such as plastic waste in the ocean, can reach unexpected places and damage ecosystems. The fact that our population and climate change are interconnected compounds concerns about the irreversible damage we are inflicting on nature. Petrified skeletons. Berlin has interesting discoveries, and a fascinating story recently emerged from the ancient city of Pompeii. Pompeii was devastated 2,000 years ago by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, leaving behind a rich archaeological site. A new discovery reveals petrified skeletons, one of a nobleman and his slave. The nobleman, aged 30 to 40, retains traces of his coat, while the young slave, aged 15 to 20, shows signs of heavy work on his spine. These remains were found in an underground villa. The nobleman survived the initial fall of ash but perished in the next day's explosion due to thermal shock. Casts of other bodies found have provided valuable information about life in Pompeii. These findings connect us with the past and remind us of the tragedy caused by the eruption of Vesuvius. River cubes. In May 2020, Will Reed was searching for precious metals in a shallow river in Coventry, England. While he was sifting sediments, he found small lead cubes with symbols and numbers engraved on them. This discovery grew, and he discovered more than 60 buckets of lead along with his 2 children. It turned out that these cubes are used in Hindu prayer rituals. Devotees write wishes on the cubes before throwing them into a sacred river like the Ganges, releasing their desires and connecting with the divine. Although cubes are common in places like India, Reed found them in England. They were probably dumped there over the past 40 years by British Hindus practicing their religious traditions in their new home. The Coventry River may have replaced the Ganges in their rituals. 1,000-year marker, from 200 years ago. Sports have always been very popular in entertainment. The excitement of supporting teams, tracking scores and collecting memorabilia is unique. Interestingly, old versions of soccer games with LED lights, balls and equipment have been around for centuries. Therefore, it is not surprising that ancient civilizations such as the Mayans, about 1,200 years ago, also participated in similar sports. Recently, archaeologists made an intriguing find, a round stone tablet that served as a marker in Mexico. The tablet shows two men playing a soccer-like game called pelota. The game is depicted on the edge of the circular tablet, alongside hieroglyphics believed to indicate markings related to the game. This heavy tablet, weighing more than 40 kilograms, was found almost half a kilometer below the surface. This discovery connects us with ancient societies and their passion for sports and competition. It could also provide information about how these civilizations enjoyed sports and kept scores. Who knows, maybe it will even help us better understand ancient games like ball and its rules. Hidden chamber in the Pyramid of Giza. Pyramids are fascinating and enigmatic human structures. They are known to hold secrets and treasures, making them topics of speculation. However, even with the famous Pyramid of Giza, we might think that there is nothing new to discover. But that's not true. Using advanced technology, scientists found a 30-foot hidden chamber in this 4,500-year-old ancient wonder. The Pyramid of Giza is the last of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and is widely recognized. Although hidden treasures have been discovered within over time, recent years have been quiet in that regard. Until modern tools like infrared tomography, 3D simulations and cosmic ray imaging were used to make an X-ray-like scan. The revelation of the 30-foot tunnel adds mystery to an already enigmatic structure. The purpose of this tunnel remains unknown. Various ideas have been suggested, such as a burial chamber, building space or corridor. However, due to the limitations of muon radiography, it is not known for sure what the empty space contains. This discovery generated debate in the archaeological community. Some experts warned against jumping to conclusions based on muon data alone, and noted the need for more research, possibly using robotic exploration or other advanced techniques, to understand the purpose of the hidden chamber in the Pyramid of Giza, the Sunken Dutch ship. In 2019, divers found remains of an ancient ship on the Sussex coast, previously unknown in Eastbourne. The remains include cannons, marble, holes in wood and fragments of Italian pottery. After analyzing wood, scientists dated the ship to the 17th century. Security measures protect the area from theft. The artifacts, sunken treasure, awaken historical curiosity. After 4 years, she was identified as a Dutch warship from 1656. She possibly faced battles, pirates, or disasters. The mystery was revealed, but investigations continue. Scientists explore construction and subsidence to understand it better. Discovery provides insight into 17th century maritime history and navigation of that era. Fragments of the Shuttle Challenger. On January 28, 1986, the Shuttle Challenger took off for its 10th mission. Despite its 9 previous successful voyages, this time tragedy struck. The shuttle disintegrated over the Atlantic Ocean due to problems with one of the thrusters caused by low temperatures. This tragedy led NASA to make major safety and design improvements. Recently, an underwater film crew found a massive object underwater while filming a documentary. They thought it might be an alien ship, but it turned out to be a fragment of the Challenger that exploded 37 years ago. NASA confirmed that it was the largest fragment found so far. This find could be exhibited in a museum in honor of the 7 deceased astronauts. While some discoveries excite us, others remind us of painful moments from the past. We must always maintain our curiosity. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.